Good morning to all of us. Today we are going to study chapter 17 with the title Managers as Leaders. Now we are going to the first part. The first part is who are leaders and what is leadership? Based on our management book, leader is someone who can influence others and who has managerial authority. And the leadership is what leaders do. Ideally, all managers should be leaders. Before nowadays, there is early leadership theories. That theories called trait theories on era 1920s until 1930s. And that theories explain that research focus on identifying personal characteristics that differentiate leaders from non-leaders was unsuccessful. Later, research on the leadership process identified 7 traits associated with successful leadership. The first one is drive, the desire to lead, honesty and integrity, self-confidence, intelligence, job-relevant knowledge, and the last one is extraversion. And now we are going to the second part. The second part is the managerial grid. Appraising leadership styles. This managerial grid used the behavioral dimension. The first one, concern for people, and the second one, concern for production. Places managerial styles in 5 categories. The first category is impoverished management, the second one, task management, middle of the road management, country club management, and the last category is team management. If we see in our book, in Exhibit 17.2, there is example from behavioral theories of leadership, their behavioral dimension, and the conclusion from that behavioral theories of leadership. In this book, there is 4 examples of behavioral theories of leadership. The first one is from University of Iowa, and that behavioral dimension is democratic style, involving subordinates, delegating authority, and encouraging participation. And the second behavioral dimension of University of Iowa is autocratic style. It means dictating work methods, centralizing decision making, and limiting participation. And the conclusion from this University of Iowa behavioral theories of leadership is democratic style of leadership was most effective, although later studies shows mixed results. And the second example is Ohio State. The behavioral dimension is consideration. It means being considerate of followers' ideas and feelings. And the second dimension is initiating structure. It means structuring work and work relationships to meet job goals. And the conclusion from these theories of leadership is high leader, high in consideration and high in initiating structure, achieve high subordinate performance and satisfaction, but not in all situations. And the third theories of leadership is from University of Michigan. The dimension is employee oriented. It means emphasize interpersonal relationships and taking care of employees' needs. And the second one is production oriented. It means emphasize technical or task aspects of job. And the conclusion of these theories of leadership is employee oriented leaders were associated with high group productivity and higher job satisfaction. And the last one is theories of leadership managerial grid. The dimension is Concern for people. It means measured leaders concern for subordinates on a scale of 1 to 9 or low to high. And the conclusion from these theories of leadership is leaders perform best with a 9.9 style, high concern for production and high concern for people. And now we are going to the third part from our chapters. The third part is contingency theories of leadership. The first one is the Fiedler model. Proposed that effective group performance depends upon properly matching the leader style and the amount of control and influence in the situation. The assumption is the first one, a certain leadership style should be most effective in different types of situations. The second one is leaders do not readily change leadership styles matching the leader to the situations or changing the situation to make it favorable to the leader is required. Now we still continue from the Fiedler model. Least preferred coworker questionnaire determines leadership styles by measuring responses to 18 pairs of contrasting adjectives. The high score, it means a relationship-oriented leadership style. And the low score, it means a task-oriented leadership style. Situational factors in matching leader to the situation, there is 3. The first one, leader-member relation, task structure, and the last one is position power. And now, contingency theories of leadership, Hersey and Blanchard situational leadership theory is a contingency theory that focuses on followers' readiness. Before we proceed, 2 points need clarification. Why a leadership theory focuses on the followers and what is meant by the term readiness? Leaders must relinquish control over and contact with followers as they become more competent. Creates 4 specific leadership styles incorporating Fiedler's 2 leadership dimensions. The first one is telling. High task, low relationship leadership. And the second one is selling. High task, high relationship leadership. And the third one is participating. Low task, high relationship leadership. And the last one is delegating. Low task, low relationship leadership. Posits for stage follower readiness. R1, followers are unable and unwilling. R2, followers are unable but willing. R3, followers are able but unwilling. And R4, followers are able and willing. Now we are going to the third model from the contingency theories of leadership. The third model is path goal model. States that the leader's job is to assist followers in attaining their goals and to provide direction or support needed to ensure that their goals are compatible with the goals of the group or organization. Leaders assume different leadership styles at different times depending on the situation. Directive leader, supportive leader, participate leader, or achievement-oriented leader. Now we are going to the next part, contemporary views of leadership. The first one is transactional leadership. Leaders who guide or motivate their followers to work toward established goals by exchanging rewards for their productivity. And the second one is transformational leadership. The leaders who stimulates and inspires or transforms their followers to achieve extraordinary outcomes. And the next one is charismatic leadership. An enthusiastic, self-confident leader whose personality and actions influence people to behave in certain ways. The characteristics of charismatic leaders is have a vision, able to articulate the vision, willing to take risks to achieve the vision, sensitive to the environment and follower needs, and the last one is exhibit behaviors that are out of ordinary. And the next one is visionary leadership. It's the ability to create and articulate a realistic, credible, and attractive vision of the future that improves upon the present situation. Visionary leaders have the ability to explain the vision to others, express the vision not just verbally but through behavior. And the last one is extend or apply the vision to different leadership contexts. Team leadership characteristics are having patience to share information, being able to trust others and to give up authority, and the last one, understanding when to infer. And the team leader's job are managing the team's external boundary, facilitating the team process like coaching, facilitating, handling disciplinary problems, reviewing team and individual performance, training, and communication. And team leadership roles are from team leader roles, there are four parts: coach, liaison with external constituencies, troubleshooter, and conflict manager. The next part is leadership issues in the 21st century. There is managing power, and in the managing power there are several parts. The first one is legitimate power. It means the power a leader has a result of his or her position in the organization. And the second one is coercive power. The power a leader has to punish or control. The third one is reward power. It means the power to give positive rewards. And the fourth one is expert power. It means the power that's based on expertise, special skills, or knowledge. And the last one is referent power. It means the power that arises because of a person's desirable resources or personal traits. And now, developing trust. There are two parts. Credibility. It means the assessment of a leader's honesty, competence, and ability to inspire by his or her followers. And the second one is trust. It means it's the belief in integrity, character, and ability of a leader. And there are several steps to building a trust between the leaders and the followers. The first one is practice openness. Be fair. Speak your feelings. Tell the truth. Show consistency. Fulfill your promises. Maintain confidence. And the last one is demonstrate the competence. And the next part is empowering employees. Empowerment, it means involve increasing the decision making, direction of workers. Millions of individual employees and employee teams are making the key operating decisions that directly affect their work. They are developing budgets, scheduling workloads, controlling inventories, solving quality problems, and engaging in similar activities that until very recently were viewed exclusively as part of the manager's job. Why empower employees? There are two reasons. The first one is quicker responses problems and faster decisions. And the second one is addresses the problems of increased spans of control in relieving managers to work on others' problems. And the next part is cross-cultural leadership. Universal elements of effective leadership. There are several parts: vision, foresight, providing encouragement, trustworthiness, dynamism, positiveness, and proactiveness. And the next one is leader training. More likely to be successful with individuals who are high self-monitors than with low self-monitors. Individuals with higher levels of a trait called motivation to lead are more receptive to leadership development opportunities. And the last part of our lesson today is substitutes for leadership. The first one is follower characteristics, such as experience, training, professional orientation, or need for independence can neutralize the effect of leadership. The second one is job characteristics, are routine, unambiguous, and satisfying jobs. And the organization characteristics are explicit formalized goals, rigid rules and procedures, or cohesive work groups. That's all about our lesson today. I hope you can understand and you can enjoy it. Thank you and God bless you.